That's a shot of Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen and the Artemis II crew just last hour. They were having lunch. Options today included roast beef, turkey, butternut squash, and cheese tortellini. One of their responsibilities today includes conducting a CPR and choking response demonstration. Those demos will be used for training flight teams back here on Earth. And this is a live view look inside the Orion capsule. These images being brought to us by NASA. You can see there Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian flag next to the American one. For more on all of this, I'm joined now by Lisa Campbell. She is president of the Canadian Space Agency. Lisa's joining us live from CSA headquarters in Quebec. Lisa, Jeremy Hansen is reaching us live from space tonight. And by us, I mean essentially you. What do you anticipate it will be? Well, it's going to be such an unusual Q&A, I think. I can't even imagine. But what do you anticipate happening here?
Good evening, Sarah, and thank you so much for sharing this amazing story. We're a few hours away from the first space-to-Earth connection between Jeremy and Canadians, and you can follow it live on the Canadian Space Agency's YouTube and Facebook channel. So we'll be talking to Jeremy about his mission so far and his impressions.
Lisa, in TV, we set up live broadcasts like the one with you all the time. I have had a really hard time trying to imagine what's involved, trying to coordinate this live connection with an astronaut in space. In maybe layman's terms, can you tell us what's involved here?
Certainly, Sarah. So this mission is the first crewed mission to deep space in over 50 years. And one of the goals of the mission is to test communication systems. So the crew have set up times, and we've got 3 times for Jeremy to speak to Canadians. Late tonight, late tomorrow night, and then also on April 8th. And they do it via something called the Deep Space Network.
Okay, the Deep Space Network. Well, it's so far done. I'm going to call it a pretty remarkable job in terms of sending back these live pictures and the live conversations that we've been watching between mission control. The sharing of that information. It's interesting to me that you say that part of the test is to test the communication systems. The fact that they're being shared so openly, and I've talked about this with other guests before, it seems kind of extraordinary that as it's happening, we're not even getting this on a delay. We're seeing, the public is seeing what's happening kind of as it's happening, regardless of how it's happening. And why is that the way NASA has been doing this? I mean, there's got to be thought behind it.
Definitely. And Sarah, part of our mandate is to inspire Canadians. And so together with NASA, we're making sure that we share the details of this amazing journey, the science, the human side of it, the discovery, and also the testing of all of the technologies, because humans are not only returning to the moon, they're returning to stay.
What have the last few days, and I guess the next few days moving forward, what's that been like for the Canadian Space Agency? This is a pretty exciting time.
It's been a very busy time for us. We're now on the 3rd day of this important mission. The crew are on the way to the moon. And by day 6, they'll reach the far side of the moon where humans have never been, have never seen the view of the Earth. They'll spend about 6 hours examining the geography of the far side of the moon, after which they'll head home.
Okay, so this live Q&A, and it's going to be just after 1 a.m. your time, because you're in the Eastern time zone. What kind of questions do you have for Jeremy?
We want to make sure that he's having the time of his life. He's been training for this for a long time, but we'll also have media. And then on the other Q&A sessions, we've engaged with students, with Indigenous organizations across the country to make sure that all Canadians have a chance to reach out and find out from Jeremy what his views are on deep space.
We're just looking at pictures on the screen now from moments ago. Like I say, I'm every day we come into the newsroom and I'm kind of baffled with the images that are coming to us live as they happen. But there is Jeremy, and they're doing some kind of work within. I mean, we're able to just watch everything that is happening. Has there ever been this kind of access? And maybe we just haven't been paying attention, but you're not surprised. Obviously, you anticipated this kind of access to these images.
Yes, it's all been planned, and what you're seeing now is the result of years of work, thousands of people who've come together to create what is a magnificent mission. But we have done similar things on the International Space Station. Canadian companies have filmed thousands of hours of astronaut time, and you can actually put on a virtual reality helmet, and it feels like you're on the International Space Station. So there's all sorts of innovations in communication to bring the story of space exploration here on Earth.
Lisa, how does it feel to you personally to be as involved in all of this as you are?
It's a huge honor, Sarah. I'm surrounded by brilliant people who are committed to the power of space exploration. I've known Jeremy since 2020. We've had many conversations. I've had the chance to meet his family. So I'm thrilled for him personally, but also because of what this mission means. It represents an international endeavor to bring the best of humanity together and accomplish something extraordinary.
Lisa Campbell, president of the Canadian Space Agency, going to be having a late night conversation with Jeremy Hansen, and we can all watch it and watch the reporters asking the questions later. Lisa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. Have a good evening.